Hey guys, welcome to my third vlog. This vlog also comes from the book Naming What We Know, kind of like my previous vlog, but it deals with concept 3.1, the whole idea that writing is linked to identity. Now, the author does a really nice job of quickly summarizing how identity plays a major role in writing and in the writing classroom, or at least it should. But I love this quote because it really sums up what he's talking about, and that the act of writing then is not so much about using a particular set of skills as it is about becoming a particular kind of person, about developing a sense of who we are. And so the idea that writing is not just some activity that we do to put words on paper or in a screen, but actually that it's going to change us. Another quote on page 51 that I feel like really talks to this is the idea that the extent to which we align ourselves with a particular community can be gauged by the extent to which we're able and willing to use that community's language, make its rhetorical moves, act with its privileged text, and participate in its writing process or practices. And so as teachers, it is important to recognize that the difficulties maybe students have with writing are not necessarily maybe due to a lack of intelligence or a diminished level of literacy, but rather to whether they can see themselves as participants in a community. And so just thinking about our first year composition classes, we have a wide variety of students, and all of them come with different backgrounds and different levels of their writing. And specifically, I've done research, and I'm very interested in possibly exploring more second language learning and how they themselves have these identities that come into our classrooms. And for them, not only, of course, English or that second language is their kind of like big burden, but also their identity in that new community where they already know that they are L2 learners. They have to be somehow engaged in that. And so I feel as teachers, one of our ways that we can really help students is just helping them, like the book says, realize how can they participate in that community, and how can we help them see that. And so I'm thinking even some of the discussions I've had with other colleagues of mine, when we come to the first year composition class, is the idea of, okay, rather than just telling them how to write a 5-paragraph essay or an argumentative essay, maybe talk about why do they need to learn to do these things. Why is there a need for them to maybe learn academic standard English? And I think by just helping them see that, how they can participate in that community, I think we're going to be able to help them see why they should then let their writing change that identity, and like the book says, for them to become a particular kind of person. I think when it comes to the second language learner, that is where I think it's very important that we help them really see that they are a part of the community. I think as a second language learner myself, I remember when I first started writing, I hated writing because I felt like I just didn't know how to do it well. And I think a lot of that was the part that I didn't feel confident in English, because English was not my first language and it was so different than me. And so as we help our students who also feel like that they're not part of that L1 community, maybe engaging them in activities that bring out their identity and welcomes their own history and maybe what they're going to bring to our classroom, I think will help them be part of that community. It will help them continue to develop that identity, and ultimately I think we're going to be able to see better writing. And so what are your thoughts when it comes to students, whether it's in the composition classroom and these concepts of identity, engaging them in that, or even second language learners? How do you deal with them, and maybe what activities do you do? So hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow.